back, guys. It's time to learn how to change diapers. Diaper changing is not rocket science, but it is awkward when you first get started. And it's awkward for a couple of reasons. One is that new babies are very tight. So they've been in that womb, their knees are tucked up, their arms are tight, and they kind of stay that way a lot of the day. As they get older, they start to stretch out and get more loose and flexible. But until then, it sort of feels like you have to kind of move them into the proper position. And of course, you don't want to hurt them. They're also just really little. And if you're not super comfortable or used to holding babies, it can be a little scary. So I promise you'll get plenty of opportunity to practice with your own baby. Newborn babies are probably getting a fresh diaper maybe 10 times a day, 12 times a day, depending how frequently you want to keep them changed. Diapers are very absorbent. Many of them come with like a little indicator to tell you that it is wet, like a line that will turn blue when it's wet. I will just tell you this now, babies are always wet. They always pee a little bit all day long. And so as a result, the line might always be blue. The other thing to know is that babies love to go to the bathroom in a fresh diaper. Don't ask me why, but they do. So it's like inevitable that as soon as you change that wet diaper, they're gonna poop in that new one. So just remember, you heard it here first. It's a thing they do. That being said, you wanna keep the baby dry. Wet in the diaper area is a cause for skin breakdown and diaper rash. So not only do you want to change the diaper regularly to make sure that that moisture is not being held against the skin and that stool is not causing any rawness on the bottom, you want to also make sure that you're not leaving the diaper area too wet with wiping. So I always like to keep a little stack of baby wash rags near my changing stations. I would set up multiple diaper changing stations in my home. Places that were easy and convenient, so I wouldn't have to run all over the house every time I needed to change the baby's diaper. So I would keep one in the living room. I actually would turn my side table, my nightstand, into a little diaper changing station for middle of the night changes. Things to make it more convenient and easy. I would throw a little bit of a diaper cream, some diapers and wipes in my side table. And so in the middle of the night, sometimes I could just sit right up in my bed, change the baby right in front of me, and put them back in the co-sleeper next to my bed or bassinet next to my bed. So I wouldn't have to do too much work and running around in the middle of the night. This baby here, I'm going to demonstrate a diaper change on for you, is wearing a diaper on top of their clothes, which of course is just for demonstration. And we're going to pretend it's dirty and that we're cleaning it. So when you change a baby's diaper, of course, you're going to need the new fresh one. I have a pack of wipes here, and then if you'd like, you can also get some of those little baby wash rags, which you'll use to pat the area dry. I think patting dry can go a long way. So I like to take my diaper and I like to open it up. I like to open up the front. Now, before I do that though, you'll see this is indicated as the front of the diaper because it has a number on it. Usually there's some kind of picture or marking that lets you know it's the front. And then the back of the diaper is going to have these tabs, right? The front has often like an extended area, but the back has tabs. So that's the back of the diaper. You're going to want to open those side tabs, not the sticky part, but just really open the diaper all the way so that when you slide it into the baby's back, it's nice and flat. I like to slide the fresh diaper under the diaper that's already there. This helps keep your work surface a little bit cleaner. What you'll see is if I were to just take off this diaper, let's say there's stool in there and I clean the baby's bottom, oh, well, next thing you know, maybe you've dropped a dirty wipe on your work surface or poop from the baby's back got onto the work surface. So worst case scenario, if this diaper's underneath, I can just swap out the diaper before I clean one, as opposed to changing all the bedding or getting the carpet dirty or wherever it is that you're working. So I'm going to go ahead and change this baby's diaper by first lifting the baby's feet. I'm going to hold 2 feet in one hand. I'm a right-handed person, so I'm going to do with my left hand here on the baby's feet and the diaper in my right. That's just what feels comfortable to me. I'm going to lift the baby's hips up off the bed right? And that's safe and fine. That's not gonna hurt the baby. Now, don't get so consumed by your diaper changing that you've lifted the baby all the way off the table, right? But I'm gonna lift the hips up and I'm gonna slide the fresh diaper under. And I'm gonna make sure, I'm switching hands here, make sure that it's nice and flat under this baby's back. So now I have a fresh diaper under my dirty one. Now I'm gonna take my dirty diaper off. I'm gonna open the tabs of my dirty diaper, right? I'm gonna pull the diaper down and I'm gonna lift the baby's feet. Now, when you open the baby's diaper area to the air, some babies will pee, boys in particular, but girls can do it too. The idea, it's the air and it's the cold. It can cause the baby to pee. And where's that pee gonna go? Right in the face. So I would just suggest that you additionally keep those wash rags around so that you can cover the genitals. If the baby pees, they pee into the wash rag and not on your face or on their clean clothes. So I would grab a wash rag, and as I pull down that diaper, put the wash rag on top. You will think to yourself, I'm so good at diaper changing. At some point, you'll say, I'm so good at this, I can do it fast. I know I can do it fast. I don't have a wash rag, I'll just do it. That's when they'll get you. So I would say, just be prepared. I'm gonna lift this baby's feet up. Sometimes I'll even use the dirty diaper to wipe down and away the stool, the big pieces of stool, so that I have less work to do with my wet wipe. I'm going to push that diaper down under the baby's bottom, and I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna use that as a place to receive my dirty wipes. So now I've wiped some off, but not all. I'm gonna get some of my wipes out, and if you want, it might be helpful to take a few out ahead of time because sometimes they get stuck in the package. I'm gonna clean the baby's front side, always wiping front to back. It's really important for girls in particular that we don't bring the bacteria from their stool towards the urethra where they pee. So the vagina, the urethra are at the front, and if bacteria gets in there, it could cause an infection. So I'm gonna wipe front to back, and I'm not going to re-wipe front to back with the same dirty wipe, right? You can fold it and use it again, or you can just get another wipe. Now, once you've wiped, right, and it's really dirty, you may want to just stick that there. You do the best you can on the front. It's not gonna be super clean. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll up that dirty diaper with a couple dirty wipes in it, and I'm gonna set it to the side. It's not closed yet because I'll put some more dirty wipes in there. Now the baby's back is dirty, so I'm cleaning the back, cleaning the bottom, and I'm putting the baby back down clean onto their diaper. My wet, dirty wipe is going over into that dirty pile over there, right? One other thing to note about especially baby girls is that sometimes the tissue at the vagina can fuse together. You're like, whoa, pump the brakes, what are you talking about? The skin at the vagina, sometimes, if it is not separated, can stick. And it would hurt then to separate once it is stuck. But usually as a baby girl ages, it would come apart. As a way to avoid that, in general, you can separate the labia with your fingers and wipe down and away from the urethra. Now, a poopy diaper might require that, right? So babies, depending on how many rolls they have, it may be easier or harder to change their diaper and to get all the stool and poop out of those rolls, right? In their legs and between their labia. So just try your best to keep bacteria away from where they pee from, wiping front to back, but do, if you need to, from the top, use your 2 fingers to separate the labia of the vagina and wipe down if there's any stool in there, or every once in a while to just prevent the fusing of the skin. All right, so I'm gonna take my wet washcloth off because my baby has peed into it, and I'm gonna quickly replace with the front of my diaper. I'm gonna smooth that diaper across the front. I like to smooth it and hold it with one hand so that it stays. Because if you just let go, if you just put it up and just forget about it and work over here, sometimes it twists. Again, your baby is squirming and moving all around. So sometimes holding the baby real steady like that also helps just keep the baby in position so they don't roll right off of their diaper. I'm gonna hold it here. I'm gonna take one of my tabs. I'm gonna open my tab and I'm gonna pull it across the top. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna open my tab and pull it across the top. Now I want it snug enough that it stays, but not so tight that the baby can't breathe, right? You don't want it to fall off. If it's too loose, it will. The other important thing to remember is that as your baby grows, sometimes the diaper gets too small, and then you can tell because they start having leaks. So if your baby, it looks like it fits, but you're like, why does this baby keep leaking through their diaper? It might just not be absorbent enough for the amount of urine they're making. Go to the next size up. A bigger diaper will hold more urine. The last thing I'm going to do is pick this baby up, and I'm going to adjust the back flanges of the baby's diaper. So there's often the area here gets tucked underneath, and this little extra piece of diaper tissue needs to be pulled out so that the baby's stool and pee does not leak out the back, right? You make sure it fits properly, that it's up high enough, the flanges are out, right? And there you go. There's your baby with a fresh, clean diaper. And like I said, you're gonna get lots of practice, so don't fret. But it is good to have some diapers on hand. You'll bring some diapers home from the hospital. I always suggest buying a big box of size 1 diapers because those are the ones you know you'll get to. The newborn diapers might be short-lived depending on how big your baby is. Usually by 10 pounds, they move to the level 1s. And so if you're like my babies were all 8 pounds, they really only used the newborn diapers for a week or so. And then next thing you knew it, they were ready for level 1. So I hope that helps, and feel free to ask me any questions, or even send me your diaper changing videos so I can see how you're doing. I'm happy to help. If you have any questions, just let me know.